Hey everyone, lead trainer with StocksToTrade, Tim Bohen here. Today we're going to be talking in the built-in scans to StocksToTrade. And this is a massive time saver, and it's a great way to really get you up to speed quickly. Now, the beautiful thing about these scans is almost all of them were built by Tim Sykes. You might know Tim Sykes, maybe you don't. He's known for turning $12,000 into $1.6 million in college back in the 90s, mind you, okay? This isn't back when we had iPhones and stuff like this. He was doing this way back, and these are literally the scans he was using back then, which is kind of crazy how these stocks, the names change, but the patterns and the scans don't. Literally the same scan that still works today all these years later, and I use them every day. So one of the catalysts for StocksToTrade when it first launched way back in 2012 was to build all of these scans in to get people up to speed really quickly where you didn't have to build your own scans. Now, if you check out the other videos, I am going to do a video helping you build your own custom scans, but that's kind of an intermediate or maybe even an advanced thing. Like if you're getting started today, you want to be able to scan for the biggest movers right now and do it quickly. So if I go to the scans button in StocksToTrade, you can see there's 40 pre-built scans, and I'll run some of them, but they're really based off of big moves and catalysts. So just running through the list, you can see you got the biggest dollar gainers of the day, which we like to use for the higher price stocks, because when you see like a $50 stock go to $60, the percent move isn't huge, so it might not hit your percent gain, but that's a big move, 10 bucks a share. Stock that goes from 50 to 60, good chance it's going to go to 70 or 80. So we like to catch those moves, big dollar moves, before they make the second leg, as we say. So it's a great way to catch the biggest movers. And then the nice thing is you can filter by price range. So if you got a small account, maybe you're only looking for less than 10 or less than 5. If you got a bigger account, the higher price stocks. Then the next is the absolute go-to. Okay, this is the go-to by far, that biggest percent gainers. If you've seen any of my videos, really anyone that actively trades, you come to them and you say, what do I look at today? Like what stocks do I focus on? And you've probably heard it on this channel. You're probably watching trading videos. I'm sure you've heard it on other channels as well. Biggest percent gainers. That's what you want to see. And again, depending on your account size, you can look by price range. Next is, and I love these, is multi-day movers. Okay, if you're a brand new trader, one thing that I will say, and again, a lot of trading mentors will, if you're brand new, focus on the multi-day moves, because now here's the deal. Day one moves, okay, they're the biggest gainer. They're always the ones that go 100, 200, 300%. But remember, volatility cuts both ways. That volatility, they go up fast and they pull back fast. The nice thing about multi-day movers is the moves aren't as extreme, but they're much higher probability. So when you start seeing those day 2, day 3, day 5 gains, big gainers, you know that, again, when it breaks out or breaks down on the short side, the move won't be as violent, but it'll have much higher odds. And especially if you're new to these huge moves, that's what I want you to do it. Save the crazy volatile stuff to where you got a little more experience and you're ready. So we can look at the biggest dollar gainers and percent gainers over 3 and 5 days. The 3-day scan, that catches the day 3 surge. Maybe you've heard of the day 3 surge pattern. It's perfect. It's actually built for the day 3 surge. And then the 5-day one, you won't get a ton of matches on that, but that's a good thing. Like remember, the better a scan is, the less matches you will get. Because think about it, if I have a scan that gives me 100 or 200 or 500 stocks, well, geez, I'm going to spend all day going through those. The nice thing about the $5 gainer, most times you're only going to have a couple stocks on there. If they make it through the gauntlet, if these are low price big gainers that make it through a full week, wow, man, that's a juicy opportunity. Next is you can actually look specifically by exchange. Now, OTCs, over-the-counter stocks, they've been slow for a while. I do think they will eventually come back. But what's nice is you can actually filter by the biggest movers, both by percent and dollars, on a specific exchange. So especially like a lot of the times I just look at NASDAQ. Okay, I love tech stocks, biotech stocks. Most of those are on the NASDAQ. But if you're looking for longer term holds, a little bit higher quality stock, you can look at NYSE stocks, big board stocks. And then if you're really speculative and the OTCs come back, you can actually just look for stocks on the OTCs, especially if you have a small account. Most people love them because most of them are like 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents. And you don't have to see all of the other stocks because you can dial in on OTCs. Then, last two that I absolutely love for swing trades. Now, these can be day tradable, but we're going into earnings season. I'm recording on October 7th. We're going into the heat of earnings season. So I can look for stocks that had earnings within the last 24 hours, and they're up intraday, or I can even scan for new day highs. Now, what's great about that, especially those afternoon entries on these earnings winners, because if they're hitting new highs into the afternoon, particularly the 2 p.m. window, man, there's a good chance they're going to gap. And if you've traded earnings plays, you know when they close strong, they tend to gap and go, create amazing trading opportunities. So you can look at those new day highs or just stocks that are up on earnings with one click. And then we can go back a little further, 3 days. Like when we're talking about the biggest move, typically we don't look past more than 3 days back. So I can look at the past 24 hours as well as the past 72 hours. So my friends, if you're struggling to run scans, you're struggling to find the biggest percent gainers, you're looking for those multi-day moves, you don't have to do it yourself. We've got 40 of these scans built into StocksToTrade, ready for you to start using today. There's a link below. You can check it out. You can start running these scans 5 minutes from now.